In the land of the dead, where the Nile fades into shadows and the sun no longer rises, every soul must face the final truth. Here, beyond the veil of life, stands the Hall of Two Truths, a place of silence, eternity, and reckoning. It is said that when an Egyptian died, their Ka, their spirit, began a perilous journey through the Duat, the underworld ruled by Osiris, the god of the dead. The Duat was no simple resting place. It was a realm of shifting sands, burning waters, and monstrous guardians who tested the courage of every soul. Only those who carried a pure heart and a steadfast spirit could reach the gates of judgment. As the soul drifts through the mist, guided by the prayers of the living and the spells of the Book of the Dead, the moment of truth approaches. At the center of eternity, under towering pillars of obsidian and gold, the soul stands before Osiris, seated upon his emerald throne. Flanking him are his loyal protectors, Isis, the mother of magic, Nephthys, the guardian of sorrow, and Anubis, the jackal-headed god who leads the dead. The air trembles with divine authority as Anubis steps forward. In his hands, he carries a golden scale, glimmering with the weight of truth. On one side lies a single feather, the feather of Mythology, the goddess of truth, order, and cosmic balance. On the other side, the heart of the deceased, a symbol of their soul, heavy with memory, desire, and sin. This is the moment that defines eternity. For the ancient Egyptians believed the heart was not just an organ of flesh, but the record of a lifetime. Every lie told, every kindness given, every act of cruelty, it was all written in its beating silence. Now, in the afterlife, that silence would speak louder than words. Anubis places the heart on the scale. The feather gleams in the dim light. The hall falls into complete stillness. Watching beside the throne stands Thoth, the ibis-headed god of wisdom and writing. In his hands, a scroll ready to record the verdict. If the heart is lighter than the feather, the soul is pure, free from the weight of chaos and sin. But if the heart tips the scale, if guilt outweighs truth, there is no second chance. For waiting beside the scales, with jaws of a crocodile, the body of a lion, and the hindquarters of a hippopotamus, is Ammit, the devourer of souls. She waits in silence, drooling with anticipation, ready to consume the unworthy. To be devoured by Ammit is to suffer the second death, a complete erasure from existence. No afterlife, no reverse, no memory, only oblivion. The judgment is swift. If the scale balances, Osiris rises. His green skin glows like the renewal of life. He welcomes the soul into the field of reeds, a mirror of the living world but untouched by pain or age. There, the righteous live forever, plowing golden fields, reuniting with loved ones, basking under an eternal sun. But for the unworthy, the darkness swallows all. Their names are never spoken again. In a culture that believed remembrance was the path to immortality, being forgotten was the greatest punishment of all. Yet even in death, there was hope. The Egyptians prepared for this journey all their lives. They filled their tombs with offerings, amulets, and scrolls to help their souls survive the Duat. They spoke the negative confessions, declaring before the gods, I have not stolen. I have not lied. I have not caused pain. Each word a shield, each truth a light guiding them through the shadows. Still, the judgment was absolute. Even kings, even pharaohs, believed to be divine, were not exempt. The scales of Mythology bowed to no one. Not power, not gold, not blood, only truth. In this divine courtroom, justice was not vengeance, it was balance. To the Egyptians, the universe itself was held together by Mythology, order, harmony, and truth. Without it, the world would crumble into isfit, chaos, deceit, and destruction. And so, judgment was not meant to punish. It was meant to preserve the delicate rhythm of existence. The idea of weighing one's heart became the soul of Egyptian morality. Every man and woman lived knowing that one day, they would face Anubis's scale. It wasn't fear that guided them, but the desire to live in accordance with Myat, to speak truth, to act with kindness, to live a life that would balance perfectly against the feather. Thousands of years later, the story of the weighing of the heart still echoes across time. It appears in paintings on tomb walls, in papyrus scrolls buried with the dead, in whispers carved into stone. It reminds us that justice, in its truest form, transcends life itself. That the worth of a soul cannot be measured by wealth, power, or bloodline, but by the weight of one's truth. And somewhere, deep within the sands of Egypt, beneath temples and tombs long turned to dust, the ancient gods still watch. Perhaps, in their silence, they remind us that one day, every heart, mortal or divine, will meet its feather. In the land of the dead, there are no lies. Only balance, only truth, and only those whose hearts are light enough will see the sunrise again.